Hello and welcome to Elizabeth's Craft Room. Today we're going to be doing a project using all of the new in colours. When I first saw these at a Stampin' Up training session, my first thoughts were those are Art Deco ice cream Miami kind of colours, and so I thought what a perfect card to do would be an ice cream card. So that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to start off, we're going to make the tops of the ice creams. We're going to use the cupcake punch, and we're just going to use the top of the cupcake piece there. So I'm going to start off with one in strawberry slush, one in pistachio pudding, and one in crisp cantaloupe. Okay, so there's our three ice cream tops, but now we need our sugar cones, and I don't know if you can see, but I've got some embossing on there. Now I'm going to use the baked brown sugar. What a perfect colour for ice cream cones. And I'm just bringing in my big shot here. And we're going to use embossing folder that's been around for a while. It's called Square Lattice, but there's nothing better for ice creams than ice cream cones than the Square Lattice folder. So I'm going to pop that in there. And just to show you, great use for washi tape is I've actually got it used to remind my ladies and myself which plates we're using for what, so that my embossing ones stay clean. It's always nice to see nice clean plates without loads of cuts in them. Okay, so I'm just going to move the big shot back. And we've now got our embossed piece. And then we're going to cut that, and we're going to be using the pennant builder punch, and just the little one. And we're going to get, there we go, 3 little sugar cones out of there. Now, to give them a little bit more pop, I'm going to use a dauber, and I am going to daub them with the brown sugar ink. And you can just see how that makes them, well, how well you can see that on the video, but it just makes that cone come out just a little bit. You can go all the way over if you prefer. I like to just go around the edges. And similarly with the ice cream, I'm going to do the same thing and just go around with their matching colour inks. I've got all my daubers lined up, so I use the right dauber on the right ink pad. And yes, I know I am sad, I have got all my daubers labelled. There we go. Okay, so there's our ice creams. But I wanted chocolate chips on my ice creams as well. So I'm using from Create a Cupcake. I'm using the chocolate chips down here, and I'm going to stamp those with the baked brown sugar again. And I love clear mount stamps. You can see just where you're putting your chips. Okay, so those are ready to go. So the next piece I'm using in here is a piece of Coastal Cabana, another one of the in colours. So this is the one that I didn't, it could have been a minty ice cream, but I thought I'd use this one as a background. And this is cut at 13.5 centimetres by 6 centimetres, which is about 5.5 inches by 2 3/8. But basically you just, this is cut for an A6 European size cardstock, so if you're in the US you'll want to cut this a little bit shorter, but it'll still work fine with your cardstock. So that one's going to go on here, but also I want to use some of this. Now this is the window sheet, the printed window sheet from the Quatrefancy designer series paper, and if I just grab my little sampler here. You can see, so that's the window sheet, and then these are, aren't they pretty? I don't know how well you can see all of those. But in the 12 by 12s, they're so zingy, these colours, absolutely beautiful. But I just fancied that window sheet to be on here. So the other piece I'm going to use is, we want to have two little signs. Now these are from Teeny Tiny Wishes, and we have Sweet Treats, which I'm stamping in the baked brown sugar on, no idea which one I'm stamping it on. Here we go. I'm stamping it on some Coastal Cabana. And then I'm going to take Just For You, and I'm going to stamp that in the strawberry on Crisp Cantaloupe. Okay. Then I'm going to punch those out with the word window punch. And I'm going to put some little flag ends on those, and the easiest way I find to do it is first of all cut off straight, because you don't want any of that oval going into your flag, otherwise it'll look weird. Ask me how I know. Okay, and then you're just going to go up in the middle and make little flags. Up in the middle and little flags. Okay, they look sweet. And I thought I would attach those with one of the clips from the Essentials hardware collection, which has a little ampersand and also a little what's the word I'm looking for? Paper clip here and an arrow. I'm going to use the paper clip one today. And I'm going to start off by attaching these. Pop them at the edge and put the paper clip piece over. Okay. I still want to see my text, so I'll just pull those out a little bit. So this is just generally holding it in place. You just do get a little bit of a bend in it, so we're going to need some good adhesive to hold that down and get that to be flat. So I'm going to start off with my favourite Tombow. Can't go wrong with Tombow. I might add, in fact I probably will add some glue dots as well, but we're just going to get it in place with the Tombow and it'll hold the cardstock beautifully. So we're just going to pop that down, make sure we're all straight-ish. Straight-ish will do fine. Up just a little bit. Okay, whoops, that's looking good. Okay, and then in with the glue dots. So I'm using mini glue dots. I'm going to take my scissors to pick them up. And what I found was that if you put the glue dot right underneath where the stamped printed image is, it doesn't show so much. I was quite happy with the effect that I got if I put it under where those white lines cross over. So have a go and see what you think. There are different ways of attaching this. You could do brads, you could put brads on there, but I just didn't really want to distract from how pretty it was. So I've just put 2 glue dots. That's holding that nice and flat now, as you can see. You could put 4, you could put brads, as I say, and I'm just going to put a glue dot under that Sweet Treats bit as well, because that's wanting to pop up. There we go. Happy with that. And I've just noticed that's not quite straight. Okay, what I didn't say was this was 3 inches by 4 inches. Again, it's not exactly vital, it's just whatever you want it to be. And then we're going to put those in. We're going to put those on with some dimensionals. And what I'm going to do is also put a dimensional right over the edge there, and that'll hold that piece in place a little bit more. You could have them beautifully straight, but I'm going for jaunty. Jaunty means they don't have to be straight. And then again I'm going to pop up ice cream. So pistachio one. And cantaloupe melon one. Beautiful, if I say so myself. So I hope you've liked today's project. Come back soon to Elizabeth's Craft Room for more. I look forward to seeing you soon.